Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Boisterous,
And this is Cadoink.
coming to you with some Silver League sexiness out of the Kusshea Plateau. Spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we have iDontKnow as the red Terran, and over here in the right-hand corner, we have Kusshea spawning in as the blue Protoss. And, Cadoink, do you have anything to say about this map or this matchup? I know you're kind of a pent-up rage of a Terran.
Yeah, Terran vs. Protoss is currently my worst matchup, but I do enjoy it. And I absolutely love Kusshea Plateau as a map, because I go an early expand build, and on Kusshea you have a very small choke to your natural, so it's very easily defendable.
Yeah.
So I definitely love Kusshea Plateau. I'm a big fan of it.
And I'm kind of surprised to see Kusshea and iDontKnow actually not going for any sort of fast expand, especially considering how easy it is to go for Forge fast expands or just Terran fast expands in general.
Yeah, considering the size of the choke, iDontKnow could just build his wall at the choke of his natural rather than the choke of his main, and it'll be just as effective in my opinion. In fact, maybe even more effective.
Oh, definitely more effective. Because really you only need, what, one more building to wall that off? Compared to the regular ramp wall off. And usually your Protoss opponent is going to get the scout out off on you anyway, and Kusshea actually, I don't think he knows a lot about the newer version of this map, because he scouted close positions.
Yeah, I did notice that.
And you can't actually spawn close positions to your enemy. So he might actually not get the scout off on iDontKnow, just because of the route his probe is taking.
Right, yeah, it is going up to that north position now. But this is Silver League, yeah, like you said, and so these are things that they will learn in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. We have the assimilator going down at a pretty standard time for Kusshea. Just going to basically be able to build a stalker or a sentry and his warp gate technology whenever his cybernetics core finishes. However, interestingly, he's choosing not to mine out of it. And there he finally puts a couple probes in.
Yeah, he does put two. For Silver League, it seems like their builds are pretty tight, pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, they are.
For both players, which I think is good.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Kushea's saying, "Oh God, you are new." I'm not sure what hinted him off at that. Maybe it was like slightly later orbital.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, things aren't too different for the Terran player at this time.
Yeah.
He's completing his wall, he's getting his marine out, he's spawning down his mule. Had 4 guys on gas for like a second, but I think he's doing very good for a Silver League player.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Actually, well, he's doing reasonable. He just queued up 5 SCVs.
Yeah, and I noticed that
not the neatest
Kusshea had some probes queued up as well. But as far as build timings, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it is pretty decent. We have the Cyber Core about to finish. Interestingly, Kusshea still only has 2 probes in this assimilator, which I think is actually on purpose, because this is going to allow him to build both a sentry and warp gate technology as soon as the cybernetics core finishes. Which, actually no, he's just going to build a stalker out of that gateway, not a sentry. Yeah,
he did do a good job chrono boosting the warp gates. I think that's a smart decision by him.
Yeah. He actually has, the standard chrono boost play where you chrono boost 2 probes out, and then you save the rest of your chrono boost for the warp gate.
Yeah. We do see a factory going down for iDontKnow at this time. I would like to see tanks from him, but we'll see what he does. He might go for an early starport. I don't know. He's sending an SCV up to do something.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an early starport in there. The starport perfectly timed as soon as that factory finishes, actually.
Yeah, very nice by iDontKnow.
Yeah. I expect him to... Actually, he's putting down a tech lab on that factory, so he might be going for tanks.
Yeah, or maybe he will switch him and go Banshees. However, he did build that starport a little far away for that to happen.
Yeah. Definitely an interesting choice there. And we have the 3-gate robo coming out from Kusshea, so a very standard Protoss build. Going to allow him to be pretty defensive and still, have a good unit size, or a good force size. And we actually have the tech lab lifting up from iDontKnow, or the factory lifting up for iDontKnow, freeing up that tech lab. So it looks like he might swap that barracks onto it at this point.
Maybe going for Marauders. Or maybe Ghosts against Protoss player.
I'd probably have to guess that it's Ghosts at this point, because it would be pretty late to start Marauders now. Although I guess it's possible.
Yeah, it certainly is. Marauders are very good in Terran versus Protoss. In fact, I tend to do better when I go Marauder heavy, and we'll see here in a second what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Mortal popping out at this time.
He's building Marauder right now.
Okay.
So it is going to be Marauders early on, but I'm guessing he's probably going to transition into something else with that.
Yeah, and I'd like to see some upgrades coming up, either Concussive Shell or Stim, preferably Stim considering how many Marines he has, because he certainly has the gas for it.
Yeah, he definitely does.
And an Observer coming in for Kusshea at this time who will be able to spot out Terran's base. He will see that there is no expansion, and he might decide to take one of his own.
And I don't know is going for a drop along the bottom ridge of the map, kind of really slowly. He dropped all of his Marines in like his main base, and then he picked them all up, and now he's just kind of floating the medevac there.
Yeah, I see that. It's just kind of sitting there. He does have him hotkeyed, which is very good for a silver player, I think.
Yeah.
Going to be able to hop over to him when he needs to, and hopefully going to be getting some damage off as the medevac has finally... Oh, okay. It's going.
Yep, it's just flying into the back of the mineral line for me right now. Just
yep.
Sink. Alright, and it's and the Marines are actually sniping off a fair amount of probes. I think that's the fourth one. Fifth.
Yeah.
6, I want to say.
A scan going down for I don't know. I don't know what that was for. But Kusshea coming in, going to be cleaning that up real nicely. Yeah.
So I don't know, did manage to snipe off 7 probes there. So definitely the amount of damage he wanted to do. And Kusshea, this base is pretty... I think it's oversaturated. Because he has like 29 probes at it right now.
Yeah, it's... they're jumping around like crazy. He really should take an expansion, although his money is quite low. Yeah. And we do see that iDontKnow is getting his expansion up, which is very good. He also has a lot of Marauders queued. I'd like to see those Marauders turned into more barracks, so he can have a little bit of better production.
Yeah, and he actually is building his Ghost Academy now, so it does look like it's going to be a Ghost play.
Yeah, I think that's very good, especially for a Silver League player, because I struggle with when should I get Ghosts, you know, how many should I build, that sort of thing. Yeah. And so I think that's good that he's starting early and experimenting with Ghost play.
Yeah, and Ghosts are definitely one of those units that can just turn the tide of a battle. Against the Terran play or against the Protoss player, because they're just so good against every unit.
Yeah, and I do see that a big Doom drop is coming in right at the 11-minute mark, right as a cannon finishes. iDontKnow is dropping his army into the base, going to be taking out that cannon. Some Stalkers here in anticipation of the drop, but there are just too many units for iDontKnow. She is going to be in a lot of trouble here, but he is sending up his Immortals as well as his Stalkers, although he just stopped him at the ramp. So I don't know what's going on as far as that, but iDontKnow is going to be able to pick off that pylon and effectively shutting down the cybernetics core as well as the robotics facility.
Yeah, pretty nice play out of iDontKnow. He sniped off a lot of Stalkers there. I don't know why he's dropping more, especially right on top of the 3 from Zealots.
Yeah, picking them up and dropping them. I don't know. That might be one of those things where you see a pro player do something like that. Yeah. And you know, you give it a try and it doesn't quite work out in your favor, but I think it's good that he tried and that he's experimenting with that sort of thing. Really should be moving his command center down and starting to mine from that NAT, especially at the 12-minute mark.
He should, or at least making it into an orbital command slot. He can drop more mules to get his... wow, he's actually stockpiling energy on his main command center. He's up to 154 right now.
Oh wow, yeah, I see that. But he is making the orbital, so that's good. And at the same time, Kusshea is building a Nexus at his NAT. It's good now that he's definitely oversaturated in his main.
Yeah, he's up to like 36 probes sitting on those mineral lines. So definitely fully saturated, at least.
And iDontKnow now moving his command center down, so his base will be finished before Kusshea's Nexus is finished.
And he's actually loading up for another drop at this point. I think he's going to be waiting on another medevac so I can actually load everything up.
Yeah, I do see that. Some of the medevac's kind of low. I'd like to see him repair that, just in case he runs into another cannon as well as some more stalkers.
Yeah. And finally the mule's going down for iDontKnow, getting 4 mules out. So burning through all the energy that he had stockpiled on that orbital command.
And he did drop everything that was in the medevacs. I don't know what the reason for that was.
I don't know either. However, we do have the first ghost finally coming out. This is actually pretty late considering the fact that he got this Ghost Academy at like the 10:30 mark. And he's finally building his first one right now.
And we do see a Reaper as well, just kind of chilling here in his main, or in his nat, I should say. And he's moving out with this medevac force. And now he's moving back. I don't really know what his reasoning is. And I just hit 15 minutes.
Me too. So are you at like 15:08, 9, 10?
Yep.
Alright, good. We're still in sync.
Perfect.
And we have the medevacs moving out kind of along like the northern edge of the middle of the map.
Yep.
And I don't know what the point of this is. I mean, it's a huge doom drop to be sending in at this point in time. And is the Kushea's army is moving like perfectly at this point.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to be running right into each other. As I don't know,
to each other.
Yeah.
That was definitely interesting. He's picking up and moving out. Ooh, a full medevac gets sniped into. Ooh, another one almost just got sniped.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Blink there. He could have blinked forward and taken them all out if he had had that. Really and we do see that Kusshea is now kind of taking control of the map and moving out with his stalkers and Immortals.
Yeah, and he has stalkers like in line with the medevacs that are trying to return to their base, and if he can snipe off one of these medevacs, I think that might just be game for iDontKnow. He does snipe one, and that's a huge chunk of iDontKnow's army.
Yeah.
So iDontKnow is basically I don't know what is going to. I don't know what his plan is.
Yeah, I don't either. His base, his nat is definitely not saturated at all, and he's not been casting down mules. Both his orbitals at about 150 energy, so he really should be doing that as his money is quite low. And Kusshea's money is quite high, so I'd like to see him throw down a couple of gateways, maybe even more robotics facilities, maybe get a robotics bay, you know. Take some more expansions, which actually he does take an expansion here in the top left, which is quite interesting.
That's definitely going to be one of those crossing your fingers hidden expansions.
Yep.
However, we have the
we do see.
Yeah. Oh wow! Beautiful EMPs. Beautiful EMPs. Yeah. Just EMP'd the entire army.
Yeah, all the stalkers got stuck up in that ramp, and all their energy was gone, and the Immortals' energy is gone as well. And surprisingly, iDontKnow kind of cleans that up.
Really spectacular. And completely unexpected.
Yeah.
iDontKnow calling out
EMP, all the things.
All the things.
So nice.
Couple of Immortals actually, and another EMP going down on stuff with no shields.
Yeah, looks like he's down to 3 stalkers and an Immortal, all without shields, and iDontKnow is going to be able to come out and take back control of his base. So that was very nice by iDontKnow.
That was a beautiful play.
Yeah.
Alright, he's actually loading up to drop. I think he's just trying to get his army across the map as fast as possible.
Yeah, he does love those drops, man.
And it looks like these medevacs are just going to be flying right into the corner of the base and dropping.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. Going to be able to pick off some of these pylons, effectively shutting down these warp gates. Actually, no, targeting the warp gates themselves. I think he knows he has time to do that. And the Stalkers and Immortal are coming out at this time. I don't know if he has an EMP left, but he will be able to. Okay. But he should be able to pick off this force.
Matter, apparently. Kushea's force just got demolished and just hasn't been able to replenish it.
Yep. He is taking another expansion though,
but
up in the top.
Calls the GG.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just felt like chilling there for a couple more seconds.
Yeah, before leaving. I do that
So anyway,
sometimes.
guys, this has been a joint production between Boisterous
And
and
Cadoink?
you can check out anything that he has over at youtube.com/Cadoink Studios, I do believe. That's correct.
Yes, Cadoink Studios, that is it. You can just type Cadoink Studios into the YouTube search bar and I think
Yeah,
I will
that too.
pop up.
And also you can check out anything else I've made over at youtube.com/BoisterousSC2. And if you have any games that you want me to commentate, or maybe even me and Cadoink to commentate, maybe in the future, send them on into boisteroussc2@gmail.com. Do you have anything else to plug, Cadoink?
Yeah, you can send emails to me as well at cadoinkreplays@gmail.com, and if you'd like me to cast it with Boisterous, just say so, and we'll be very happy to do that for you.
So anyway, guys, this is Boisterous, signing
This
out.
is Cadoink.